Nobody tells you this, but it's okay to fail. It's okay to lose. What's not okay is to fail and then never try again. It's to give up. That is not okay. There's been plenty of times in my life where I've failed, but I've picked myself back up and I've kept going, and I'm sure you've done the same in your life. You learn from your failures. You never really learn from your successes and your wins. It's the failures that you have in your life that teach us so much. And I've seen it firsthand in the military. Lads fail in certain aspects of training and they keep failing, and they turn out better than the ones who passed first time. So it's okay to fail. And I'm humble, I'm honest about my failures. I've failed multiple times in my life, across my whole life. I failed my driving test twice. I crashed my first moped when I first learned to drive here in Thailand. And pretty much every single military test, every single military assessment that was put in front of me in training, I failed first time and sometimes second time. For me, I normally get things on the second attempt or third attempt, and that's just how I am. And I'm sure there are people watching this video that are the same as me, that never really succeed and never really get things right first attempt, first try. But it's okay. It's okay to fail. You just have to accept it and sometimes take a step back and realize, yeah, normally I don't get things right on the first time. Normally I do fail, but it's okay, because as long as I learn from my mistakes and failures, then I'm going to come back stronger. I'm going to come back better. And that's exactly why I'm making this video, because last night I attempted my first ultra marathon, so a 72-kilometer run around Koh Samui, Thailand. So where I'm living right now and where I've been living for 4 months. So I attempted that at 11:30 last night, and I aimed to get it done in about 9 to 10 hours. Now, unfortunately, not due to injury or mental tiredness, mental fatigue, I unfortunately failed. Now, I failed because my phone ran out of battery, and I know it sounds like a piss poor excuse, but genuinely, when you're running around an island where parts are in the jungle, I thought to myself, do you know what, running an extra 50k without a phone can be quite dangerous, and I don't want to get into an emergency situation where, shit, I need to call the ambulance because someone's had a collision on the road, or I'm in a situation where I need an ambulance and I've got no one to call. And on top of that, the whole reason why I was doing the ultra marathon was to record a YouTube video. So long story short, I failed my first ultra marathon attempt. Now, some might think, wow, Howard, you shouldn't get too bogged down because an ultra marathon is a fantastic target. You know, there's not many people that run ultra marathons. I'm sure you see it on Instagram, but again, Instagram is very sort of, I don't really like Instagram because everyone just shows the best moments, the highlight reels, okay? It's not true reality, Instagram. So it's still a great thing to be pushing towards, but unfortunately I did fail, but it's okay, because why? Like I said 2 minutes ago, I'm gonna reattempt it next month. I'm gonna go again. However, I'm gonna have a little bit of support because I did do it solo. I just said, fuck it one morning and let's go for the first 72k ultra, which is a bit fucking mad. Is it a bit crazy for the first ultra marathon? Normally you might think about doing sort of 50k, but I just went straight head first into the 72. I think if you look at your failures as a sort of blessing, then you can come back a lot stronger and you won't be bogged down, you won't be sad about the fact that you failed at something. And I always like to think about worst case scenarios. What is the worst case scenario if you do fail? So think about something that you're aiming towards right now in your life, whether that be running 5k or running your first ultra marathon like me last night. What is the worst case scenario? You go home, you go back to your bed, you sleep well, and then fresh in the morning, you're good to go to smash another day. And that's the mindset that I've had for years. It doesn't matter if I fail, if I lose, if I get rejected, if I get embarrassed by something, or whatever happens, worst case scenario, I go back to sleep and then it's a fresh day and I get another day to try again. And that is a blessing, that's a true blessing. In a way, life is very much like a video game. You're the main character and you can die, you can build, you can do things in this game, but you can always try again. You can always log in whenever you feel like it. And that's the great thing about life. You can try again. And the way I think about it, you have an unlimited amount of try agains. And just one example of that is that you have a poor session in the gym. Guess what? You can just try again tomorrow and have a better session. You learn from those mistakes. You learn why it wasn't a good session. Did you carb up properly? Did you have enough electrolytes? Did you sleep well? Did you fuel properly? Did you have some sort of accountability? Is there something in the background in your life that's sort of causing you to have that poor session? Another thing that I want to talk about is judgment from other people. Okay, so there will be some people in your life, whether that's close friends or family or maybe strangers on the internet, that will shit on you if you fail. Okay, and that is quite sad to say that. There'll be some people right now that don't want me to post this YouTube video. There'll be people that are watching my Instagram reels and hope that I never upload a single video ever again. I've been talking about doing my first official ultra marathon up in Chiang Mai, and that is next week. It's a 60k with 1,800 meters of elevation. I've been talking about it quite a lot on my Instagram. Go follow me on Instagram as well. And I can guarantee you again, there'll be people wanting me to fail just because they don't like me. And that's just because they don't want to see other people doing better than them. That's all it is, and that's all it comes down to. And the thing is that once you start doing bigger things in your life, you're going to start failing. And then with that, people will start judging you if you do fail. But on the flip side of that, there will be people that will support you on your journey. There's a well-known quote and it goes, "Winners never quit and quitters never win." And it's so true. It's the same with my online fitness coaching clients where I help people run their first 5k. I get people who succeed first time, and I also get people who don't succeed and they need more attempts. 5 attempts, 6 attempts, 7 attempts at running their first 5k without walking. That's fine, and that is normal, to be honest. And during that process, I keep them motivated. I keep encouraging them and making sure that they understand that that is normal. I give my clients the reassurance that running a sub 20-minute 5k is not normal, and that's what you see on Instagram, like I said 5 minutes ago, because that's the highlights of people's best moments, right? So I'm reassuring my clients that running a 5k in 40 minutes is great, and it's something that they should post online on their Instagram, and it's something that they should be honestly proud of, because it is something to be proud of. But in summary, the ones who win never quit. It's the ones who keep trying, they keep moving forward, they keep pushing on, they keep themselves motivated and accountable to their goals. They're the winners. They're the ones who will win. I've seen it time and time again, people failing and giving up. I see it in the military, I've seen it here in Thailand. People starting a new gym routine and then quitting after a month because it's just not for them. But the reason why they didn't stick it out is because the reason wasn't strong. Maybe they don't feel that insecure about the body image, so they don't feel like they really need to lose weight, or they're not really having much trouble in the dating game, so they don't really need to put on more muscle. So there's no real need, there's no real reasoning behind going to the gym or getting into fitness. But it is a shame seeing people start something and quitting. So not only I've seen that in the gym, but I've seen that in making YouTube videos and content creation. I started posting Instagrams about a year ago while I was still serving in the military, while I was in resettlement actually, which is the time from when you PVR, which is when you put your notice in to leave the job, from when you actually exit service. So that's when I started posting on social media. And I remember at the time seeing people who started at the same time as me, and they're not here today, they quit. They post the first video, great, but it only gets 300 views. And they do that for a week and it still gets 300 views. And the thing is that they're shit, but they're also not very consistent. Well, honestly, they haven't been doing it long enough, right? Content creation is a long process. You only get good at it by actually playing the game, like a video game, okay? But they quit. They quit after a few weeks, and then months have gone by, and then they realize that having that time off is a bad idea and they should have stuck it out. So they buy a course, they spend £500 on a mentorship or whatever on how to grow their Instagram or YouTube account. So they start posting videos again, but it only gets 300 views, maybe 500 views, oh my God. And they quit again because they just don't see the results. A lot of people want, this is on a bit of a tangent, but a lot of people just want fast results and they're not willing to put in the work. They're not willing to put in that time and effort, man. And I think true winners are willing to put in the work without seeing any results at the start. When I first started posting YouTube, I was getting no views. When I first started posting on Instagram, no views. When I started in the gym, no gains. When I came out to Koh Samui, no clients. Now I've got clients. You just have to play the game. You have to keep failing. You have to keep learning to succeed. And this is why the competition is so low. Nobody wants to put the hard work or dedication into anything. People would much rather scroll Instagram and TikTok or watch YouTube videos than actually put any work into anything. And so I feel like if you put in the bare minimum into anything, 1 hour in the gym, 1 hour into posting content. You'll get much further than most people. Another thing that I want to talk about is having a support network. I think if you've got a good support network, you've got friends, you've got family that you can talk to and lean on when you do go through failures, that's better than doing it all by yourself. When I failed my first ultramarathon attempt last night, I had friends message me and supporting me. And that's exactly what you need. You need people to encourage you, to support you, and to motivate you into trying again. But failure isn't something that you should be afraid of. It's something that you should embrace, accept, and acknowledge. It's also something that you should reflect on time and time again. Whether that's just in your mind, or maybe if you've got a spare few minutes, notepad and pen, write out all your failures and reflect on those failures. What went wrong? What could be improved? How can I tackle this again? From this video, just remember one thing: winners never quit and quitters never win. If you play life like a video game, you log in every single day, you're consistent, you work hard and you put some effort in, on a long enough time frame, you will win. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, like, subscribe and turn on the post notification button.